Hello, everyone. I'm Luis. Thanks for joining me today at Amphenol's Pasadena Technical Center, here in Pasadena, California. I'm a product specialist for Amphenol Pcd, which is headquartered in Beverly, Massachusetts. Amphenol Pcd offers a wide variety of products and solutions for military and aerospace applications to customers around the world. The Amphenol Pasadena Technical Center exists with the intention to provide support to our West Coast customers. One of the latest additions to the APCD product line offerings is the IFE systems products. If you have ever traveled on an airplane, you probably quickly realize that the trip is more enjoyable when you have something to distract you, whether it is music, a movie, or playing poker on the screen in front of you. All these forms of entertainment stem from the same core concept, making the passenger's experience as enjoyable as possible. In today's times, we usually expect to see a digital screen in front of us and a USB charging port near us when we are in an airplane. There is a screen, there must also be an audio jack to connect your headphones. These services all belong to a part of the commercial aerospace industry known as IFE&C. So what is IFE&C? The acronym stands for In-Flight Entertainment and Connectivity. This encompasses the whole passenger experience, including the display used to watch movies, the headphones provided by the airline, food and drinks, as well as the cabin network system that allows you to connect to the aircraft's Wi-Fi network. IFE&C can be broken into two major groups. One group consists of passenger-facing components, including the display unit, audio jacks, your passenger electronic device charging ports, remote controls, and any device that the passenger can see and touch. The other group consists of system components, which includes modems, servers, routers, and wireless access points. The passengers do not directly interface with the system components, but they are very critical in making the passenger components function. The IFE systems products at Amphenol Pcd are passenger-facing components that integrate with the IFE and are designed to enhance the passenger experience. The idea behind in-flight entertainment, after all, is of course in the name itself, to provide entertainment to passengers. But the engineering that goes into the passenger-facing components attacks problems from a higher point of view. One of the biggest problems we face when traveling is undesired noise. The noise begins from the minute the aircraft takes off to the minute it lands. That's the entire trip. Undesired background noise results in passengers exiting the aircraft at the end of their flight feeling unrested and probably frustrated. This makes traveling a painful and tiring process, when in reality, the goal is to make traveling enjoyable, easy, and refreshing. So how do we attack that problem? Well, you offer a product that cancels out the undesired noise, of course. So introducing our active noise canceling jacks. Let us start with a little bit of background. How does noise canceling technology work? You start by understanding how noise works, how sound works. Think of the noisy characteristics of a flight, the aircraft engine humming or the wind riding along the skin of the aircraft. These all become sources of noise, undesired noise. The noise they create comes in the form of a sound wave, which rattles your brain. When we as humans pick up sound, we do so using our ears. Our ears function as receivers that take in the sound waves and send the signal to our brain for processing. Noise-canceling electronics function based on the same concept. Imagine your headphones growing a pair of ears. The ears come in the form of a microphone. That microphone sits in the ear cup and picks up background noise. Once it picks up the background noise, it sends it to the active noise-canceling circuitry, picks up that frequency, and creates what is called an anti-noise. The anti-noise is an inverted form of the original noise source. And so when the noise-canceling circuitry processes that, it sends the anti-noise back through the audio channel, which causes destructive interference, and the noise is canceled by the time the audio reaches your ear. This applies to background noise such as people talking in the distance, or as I mentioned, the engine humming. And we all know the noise-canceling products that are on the market today, ranging from expensive to more expensive. It would not make sense for an airline to offer such headphones to all their passengers. So that is where our solution comes in. Our solution was move the expensive active noise canceling circuitry into the jack, and even then make the jack cost effective. Then was born the Smart Jack. The Smart Jacks, as you see on the screen, have integrated active noise canceling circuitry right in the jack. That ANC technology is a patented technology by Phytech, who was acquired by Amphenol. And now we work with the Phytech engineers to continue developing noise canceling circuitry. The noise canceling circuitry, as I mentioned, sits right in the jack. The jacks come in the form of receptacles. As you can see here, you have a square cutout, triangle cutout, ob round, and they are integrated with the IFE. They have features such as plug type detection, including A1 switching. This means that you can plug in a 3-prong headphone, 2-prong headphone, or even your classic single-prong headphone, even though the jack may appear to only take a certain type. It really accepts all types. And as I mentioned, they fit standard cutouts for the aircraft cabin, come with a thermoplastic housing, lightweight and rugged, and they support the various types of noise canceling headphones that are out there that are offered by the airlines or consumer headphones, which are the expensive ones that I previously mentioned. Once we attacked the problem of canceling out background noise, then came the next iteration or the next problem to attack, which was issues like pin breakage. If you've ever used pin headphones and been connected, you've probably witnessed where you forget that you're connected, so you stand up and the headphone either rips out of your ears or it breaks inside the jack. This is a very costly phenomenon that happens with airliners when you have a pin stuck in the jack, therefore it's no longer functionable. So what do you have to do? Replace the jack. So what we came up with, Amphenol came up, or Phytech came up with, that Amphenol now manages, is the magnetic jack unit. So what the magnetic jack unit is, it has all the features of the Smart Jack, all the smart noise canceling circuitry, plus it has enhanced mating durability through a magnetic interface. The magnetic interface essentially rids the problem of pin breakage. With a 7 Newton breakaway force in any direction, the plug face comes apart. So what I have here, as you can see, is a sample Magjack piece. Here is a mimic of the plug. The two come together quite nicely, snap together. Firm hold to make sure your audio connection is there, but it also breaks away quite easily. The Magjack is backwards compatible with all the pin type headphones that the Smart Jack is compatible with. So you could either use the magnetic interface or still offer the benefits of being able to use headphones with 3-prong, 2-prong, or the classic A1. The next iteration that came from the active noise canceling audio family was the circular Magjack. So the circular Magjack has a couple different features than the classic Magjack, one of which is most obvious, it's circular. What this does is it allows 360 degrees of flexibility and mating. The thing with the Magjack is, while it does mate quite easily, it has a specific orientation to the mating. So the circular Magjack gets rid of that. You could throw it from across the room and it'll probably mate well. The 360 degrees is not just for mating, but also for your audio connection. So now the passenger has more flexibility to move around in their seat before the connection comes loose. Another benefit of the circular Magjack was that the pins were actually moved to the jack side. And the pins, which are pogo pins now, they sit recessed, or I should say flush with the surface when the connection is unmated. What this does, it basically does not allow a passenger to poke at the pins or damage the pins. So essentially getting rid of any damage possible to the jack side. And aside from all those great benefits, it's, as I mentioned, a very easy mate, which allows virtually installation in any location in the aircraft. You could have it at an angle, you could have it in the seat back, in the arm. And the circular mating features will allow you to get the same mate, easy mate, every single time. Another addition to the noise canceling circuitry, so all the products that I've mentioned so far are analog ANC circuitry. Our electronics engineers absolutely have the ability to create digital mag jacks and basically convert any of the previously mentioned products into a digital product. As we all know, digital technology being the future, which can give you benefits such as adjustable noise canceling levels. So you can have different tiers of noise canceling, whether you want to cancel the world out completely, or maybe hear your partner next to you a little bit. Another benefit can be adjustable EQ levels, the equalizer levels, to enhance the experience. When you're watching a movie in an aircraft, imagine being immersed as if you're in a movie theater. Another big benefit, which I think would be great considering all that's been going on, is there's a technology known as biometric wellness sensing. This technology would be implemented into the headphone, of course, because the sensing would occur around this area. But the concept is, with the digital mag jack, it'll do all the digital signal processing to give you any data and potentially present it on the screen, on the phone, whatever method the airline or IFE integrator chooses. So another issue, aside from audio, now that we've tackled that, is passenger electronic device charging. So as devices evolve, the power range of the devices evolve as well. In the past, when we had the small square iPhones, they would take 4.5 watts charge, and that was sufficient. As we know, in today's world, as the technology gets more refined, cameras become more high-tech, the product uses more battery life and requires a higher wattage to charge, and the batteries drain relatively faster. So as you can see here, the device power range, the evolution of specifications and the products themselves. So the offerings went from 2.5 watts to the future, which is USB-C PD 100 watts and even more. So what I have here now shown are some very popular charging standards that common phones, some of the most common phones used today, support. So USB power delivery at the top, per the specification, can provide up to 100 watts of power. Our module that we have developed so far provides up to 60 watts of power. The USB battery charging spec, which is your classic USB-A, but the USB-C also supports it, provides up to 7.5 watts of power. So that'll be coming out of the A port. Another popular charging standard is the Qualcomm Quick Charge, which actually, per the specification, provides over 100 watts of power. Samsung Adaptive Fast Charging, up to 25 watts, USB-A and USB-C. And your Apple 1 amp, 2.1 amp, and 2.4 amp charging standards, which up to 12 watts at the 2.4 amps, 5 volts. So what we've done is developed a product after doing some background research, a product that supports the specs that you see on the screen. So the power delivery, BC 1.2, Samsung AFC, Qualcomm Quick Charge, and your Apple up to 2.4 watts. We feel this covers a wide enough range of products to offer what we consider an off-the-shelf version of this product. This product comes loaded with safety protection features, both hardware and software. Also has a thermoplastic housing, makes it lightweight and robust. It's designed for aircraft seat power, so it takes in 28 volts DC. And it does what we call auto load balancing. Oh, and of course, the illuminated ports, which are a very nice finish to it. So just to cover some of the most popular phones that we see today, your iPhone 12, Samsung Galaxies, your Google phones, they essentially all support USB PD. And Qualcomm Quick Charge is also another very popular one. The BC, a little difficult to find information, but a lot of times when it supports the USB PD, you kind of get backwards compatibility with the BC. And what I'm going to show now is a video demonstration of the auto load balancing feature of our Smart Jack. So this is a demo that my colleague and I put together. USB-A port plugged in, USB-C plugged in, phone charging. You can see the A voltage and current draw. USB-C plugged into the laptop, waiting for the charge. It registered, charged. Now you see the 15 volts, 20 volts total between the two. Disconnect the A, you've got the full 20 going to the USB-C. So the device itself does all that managing with the embedded firmware and software that's been programmed into the unit. What we offer are two variations essentially that are one we call host configurable, where you include the data lines and you can have upstream communication with the upstream host. Or you can just simply have the standalone version where you just provide 28 volts of power and it does that auto load balancing on its own. So here is a breakdown of the configuration that I showed you here, which is a dual port. You have an A and a C. So at the top here, you have a thermoplastic housing, as I showed here, which has a heat sink behind it, aluminum heat sink. You've got your paw latch assembly for integration, very popular in the aircraft cabin. Your USB connectors, these are vertical connectors, and the internal electronics, all the boards stacked vertically. Then you've got your cable assembly down there, and the upstream connector, which is an Amphenol Pegasus connector shown there. That's the top level view of the top level construction of this USB module. So aside from USB power and active noise canceling audio jacks, we have figured out that, well, when you develop one and you develop the other, why not combine the two? So with today's world requiring more functionality in a tighter space, we have dual function, multifunctional, and very compact devices. So you could combine various connectors into a single device. As you see here on the left, you have the magnetic jack unit and the USB-A port all in one device. Don't let the picture fool you. This is a 42 millimeter Apple Watch for reference. This is how small the module is. It's pretty tiny. On the right, we have a concept where we've done the same functionality, the audio jack and the USB-A port, in sort of an insert type. You can pop that into the seat back, pop it into the screen. The world is our playground. These modules and devices are also loaded with safety features such as overcurrent and overtemperature protection. They have flexible housing designs for custom installations. This is just one version of it. And of course, flexible integration with the IFE. Another concept that we offer are modular solutions. So the same type of functionality, you have your USB-A, your mag jack, your audios, some concepts there, barcode scanner, tray table light, infrared, Bluetooth. In these tiny modular packages, the idea behind these is that they are integrated with a chassis. The chassis has embedded electronics. So these become plug and play. Just pop it in, screw it in, and the chassis has that functionality. You can stack 4 of them in any orientation that you want, swap them out without major changes to the IFE system. The benefits are really endless with this. And it's a concept that we can work out to develop a specific type of chassis or integration method. And the concept of the modular plug and play solution is already there. So as I mentioned, add in and swap out inserts without physical changes to the IFE. The embedded electronics, making them plug and play. And some of the insert options, as I mentioned, a couple of USB-A, working on the USB-C, the mag jacks, your Bluetooth, your IR sensors, barcode scanners, tray table light. Any IFE connection point can be integrated into this modular solution. Now, as we move forward, we have the following products in mind. Wireless charging, of course, is a very popular concept in today's world. We are working on developing a module to be aircraft certified, so you can have wireless charging up to 15 watts in the aircraft. Near field communications, for various applications, whether it be security features or payment devices. The technology of near-field communications is also something in our pipeline. Wireless audio is in a closer reach for us. Here is a concept of a Bluetooth module. Oh, it's actually, we've prototyped it as well. And this one here has an audio pass-through jack as well. So the idea behind wireless audio, Bluetooth, as it further develops, very low energy wireless audio for the aircraft cabin. And the integrated active noise cancellation. This is the bread and butter of our electronics engineers that come from Vitech, the noise canceling technology. So we have some plans to further develop products that integrate the noise canceling technology. So as we move forward and as technology enthusiasts, please keep us in mind as your development partner for any future projects, any new product projects, or just ping us for some questions and advice. We're always here to help. Thank you very much. Again, my name is Reyes, Amphenol Pcd Product Specialist for the IFE Systems products. My contact information is on the screen, and I'm sure will be shared afterwards. Thank you again very much for joining me.